All right, guys, welcome back to Kari DFS, the process. I'm not gonna give picks right now. I'm just gonna do a quick recap from the Bridgestone Invitational. I believe I had 21 picks, and I want to say 5 of them went positive. So I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm doing this real quick on my spare time right now. But yeah, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them went positive. Zanotti. If you pick Zanotti, me personally, I think that was a good pick simply because he would have been, nobody probably would have had him. Nobody would have had him, and he would have provided the bankroll cap for you to get guys like Matsuyama, Casey, McElroy, Fowler, so on and so forth. The reason why I say that was a good play simply because this was one of those competitions where you just didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know if it was going to be a straight shootout and everybody's going to try to really be competitive and go for birdies, or there was no cut. It was only 75, 76 guys on the field, no cut. So it's like you didn't know who to really choose. You knew the top guys could perform, but if you look at the rankings, they really didn't. Not all of them, anyways. But one of the guys that really upset me the most is Kyle Stanley. He just, every freaking week, man, I have so much faith in him because on paper he's the obvious choice, but every freaking week it's like he's a no-show. He doesn't show up to the event to really do damage. But again, it is what it is. I knew what I came for, and that was to basically what I did was I did a $25 single entry double up. That way I can double my money up, and I'll tell you why. I played 3 $9 entries to the $3 million Fantasy Golf Millionaire Maker. The reason why I did the double up is because let's just say I did not make 3 $9 entries or $27. So let's just say I did not make it into the Millionaire Maker. All right, so if I didn't make it into the Millionaire Maker, guess what? My double up would have hit, cashed, and I would have got my money back, at least some of it anyways. Only GPP, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not a GPP unless you can max enter. So, and it has to be a big bank or prize to for me to be considered a GPP. And the only GPP I entered was a $4 entry fee, and I only went to the second tier of prize money. And the first tier was $6, the second tier was $7, and you see my score. So everything that I needed to do for the Bridgestone Invitational, it worked for me because I knew that putting a lot of money towards this weekend's tournament would have been a crapshooter. So it worked for me. I hoped it worked for you guys. And again, here's my picks. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this, but it is what it is. Here's my picks for last weekend's Bridgestone Invitational. Matsuyama came in first place. He was one of the guys that ranked high in my models. And I had pretty much everybody in the top 30. That's something I want to point out again. Everybody that I picked were in the top 30 except for 5. And those 5 weren't great, but they did okay. But everybody else, top 30. So again, like I said, I'm proud of that. Now going forward, I probably will post my lineups or my picks for next weekend's or this upcoming Millionaire Maker weekend tournament, probably Wednesday at 12 a.m. or should I say Thursday at 12 a.m. One of the two Eastern time. Because I haven't done a lot of research on the course. I have done some research, but I like to get really in depth with picking or choosing my players. So I'm going to say this, though. The course is not a very hard course. It's a very long course, but it's not a very hard course. They just put some type of new grass in, which I guess if you pick a good putter, like a golfer who's a good putter, they love that type of grass because it I guess the ball rolls a little bit further or faster or something. I don't know, but that's something to keep in consideration. And to basically simplify, if you didn't want to do any research, if you wanted to simplify your pickings or the guys you want to pick, think of this course like this course like a combination of the British Open mixed with the Canadian Open, simply because the Canadian Open was an easy course, but the British Open was a long course. So if you can remember the top 20 guys who scored big at those two courses, they should pretty much be in your lineup. I think Spieth won the British Open over Kuchar, and I think Vegas won the Canadian Open. So I'm not saying you need to go out and just pick those guys, but understand what you're looking for. You're going to be looking for par 4 scoring. You're going to be looking for par 4 birdie scoring, and you're going to be looking for distance. Now, you can get away with accuracy by getting guys who can really strike the ball and land it in the green. If I had to be completely honest, I wouldn't necessarily go with all the top guys. I mean, if you go with a top guy, just put one top guy in your lineup and then just finagle the rest. But to load up your lineup with like two or three top guys, I wouldn't do it. Honestly, it's just me personally. I don't think it's worth it. But hey, you know, just like, again, my opinions are my own. Are that just that opinions? You got to mess with it. Again, so just think about those prior two courses, the British Open, the Canadian Open, and understand that this course is a combination of both. I would look for a good putter. I would look for a distant hitter. I would look for par 4 scoring, par 4 birdie scoring, and I would look for a tee to green or greens in regulation. So that's my approach to the course so far. I haven't done any research, but I'm just giving you my so far guess to it. Also, you know, just keep in mind those British Open top 20 guys and those Canadian Open top 20 guys. They should be some of the guys who are going to repeat and score big at this upcoming tournament. So, yeah, and that's all I got. So I'm sorry I had to rush it. But, again, Wednesday or Thursday at 12 a.m., I'm going to be posting my picks. So I'll see you then. All right, take care.